was felt as it is, and it was really very sorry for not getting any food, and at last by starvation and famine. Famine means lack of food. No food is grown and no food is found anywhere. Okay, lack of crop is also nothing but famine. There is no food materials or no food grains are available by the time. It's a kind of natural disaster we can say. Okay, and it has come to the famine time and it has become little bold. Okay, I should do something at last. All dripping with wet. Now it's the winter. Everywhere the snow was dripping. Dripping is nothing but fall drop by drop. Okay, the snow is falling drop by drop, and it was everywhere. It was wet and all trembling with cold. It was trembling with cold. It was really shivering with cold, and the extreme cold as well as the starving position of this cricket taught him a lesson. Away he set off to a miserly ant. What kind of ant was it? It's a miserly ant. It was such a miser. Miser means who never share anything with someone and who doesn't give anything to others. Okay, it's so selfish. Even if it has something with it, it never share with anybody. Okay, miser is nothing but being very crucial. Being very, what can I say? Doesn't want to share anything, even if he or she has something, that the creature never share with anything. Okay, it's such a stingy kind of creature. And this ant, I just wanted to show you the picture of ant. Yes, and this miserly ant, when we came to know the way the poet Aesop was describing the character of Wicket, it was such a silly young cricket. When it comes to ant, it's been introduced, the character is being introduced by Aesop as it's a stingy or a miserly ant. And this ant, it has almost this wicket, this cricket has come to an ant, and this ant was such a miserly creature, and at last it has come. Set off is a phrasal verb. A phrasal verb is made up of a preposition and a verb. The combination of preposition and a verb or another preposition or an adverb is nothing but a phrasal verb. Phrasal verbs convey a different meaning. Okay, here set off means move, to go. Okay, it has moved to ant. That the ant was such a miserly one, and it was gone to him, and if to keep him alive I would grant, to see if to keep him alive. If I wanted to keep myself alive, if I wanted to live on this earth, I should ask something, I should borrow from someone. That borrower can be a cricket, and giver or the lender can be an ant. So it was thinking to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain. Okay, my friend ant is my best friend. If I go and request him to give me little shelter for taking the rest, it might give me. And a mouthful of grain, I'm also expecting that my friend ant could give me some food. Okay, and he would repay it tomorrow. Suppose when I get out of this winter, after winter, okay, when I become alright, when I could see the next summer, I would be gathering some food and give it back to the ant if it gives it to me. If it gives me some food, I would be repaying. Repaying means giving it back. I would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. If I'm not going through this idea, if I'm not going through this plan, okay, I might not survive on this earth, and I will be starving, and my sorrow never be reduced. So what should I do now? I have to go to the ant and beg him and borrow him to give me some shelter and some food. Okay, he was thinking that the mouthful of grain he would be getting and he could get the shelter from rain, and also if he provides these two things, he would be repaying it to ant. Let's see what's that the ant is gonna tell him. Okay, how he receives this cricket. Says the ant to the cricket, "I am your servant and friend." So to whom this cricket is conveying these words? It's almost went to. It set off its journey to the ant and it requested the ant to give him shelter from rain and mouthful of grain. Now the ant to the cricket, "I am your servant and friend." Who am I? I, of course, I'm your friend and I'm your servant. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. What's the nature of ants? See the picture of ants. The ants are carrying the food material from one place to another. Wherever the food is available, from there it's lifting up their food and carrying it to their place. Okay, ants are very hard-working creatures on this earth. They have to learn the lessons of life whenever we look at ants. Okay, ants will teach us too many lessons. Okay, so they are hardworking. You can't see ants sitting at one particular place. Ant is very busy. Ant will be moving from one place to another. So we have to learn the lessons on looking at ants actually. And very proudly, okay, with full of pride, it says that we ants never borrow or never lend. We never take, we never go to others' place, and we never go to any other creature, and borrow food, and also we never lend anything. Even if we have something, we never lend. Even if we have nothing with us, we never go to some other's place and ask them or borrow them to provide food for us. That's the policy of ants, it seems. And but tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? So during the summer season, what did you do? Where were you? What were you doing at that time? Why can't you work hard and gather your food? What did you do during summer season? And you lay nothing. You just killed the time by singing songs, and you just moved with other crickets so silly. And your silly behavior has put into this trouble. Now you have no grain, no food material, and now you are starving, and you even have come to me, and I could say, I can't do anything with you. I can't give you anything, because suppose if I partake my food with you, what about my children? My children, grandchildren, and all of them are there in the nest, and I have to provide the food to all of them. We can't share our food with you. I'm so sorry, you can move. It says, my heart was so light. What was the reply? What was the response of cricket to the ant? My heart was so light. I'm so light-hearted. I felt very happy during the summer that I sang day and night. I just sang. I was singing and singing during the day and during the night. I spent my time. Okay, I just wasted my time singing songs during night and the day. For all nature looked gay. For me, how I felt, I'm a lover of the nature. Whenever I see the good nature, the good climate and the weather, I would be singing. I just spent my time singing songs, and I forgot to gather my food. I'm so sorry. Will you please give me some food? Then, go then, says Anne. You stupid cricket. Just get away from here. I can't give my food. And dance the winter away. Let's go and dance. During summer you sang. During winter you go and dance outside. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket. So when you go there and go and dance during winter season. Thus ending, he hastily lifted Why, the ant scolded him like anything. Okay, you just wasted your time. And the good times, you were just wasted it, and you just wasted by singing songs, and now you're coming and begging to me to give you food. You go and starve and dance during winter. I can't do anything. Thus ending. He hastily lifted the wicket. Wicket is nothing but its leg. And out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Such a poor little cricket. It's moved away from the house of the ant. Folks call this a fable. Folks. Okay? The countryman says that it's a fable. I warrant it true. Okay? They just say that it's a fable. It's a story consisting some characters like humans. Okay? They are the characters of animals, but they characterize the features of the humans. And here, I warrant it's true. Here Aesop says that it's a true story. I don't just say that it's a fable. I believe in this story. This story is consisting of moral. What is that? Whenever the time is there in our hands, we are not supposed to waste it. Time is very precious. Whenever you have time, you have to utilize it. You are not supposed to waste your time. Okay? God has given you life. Of course, we have to enjoy. At the same time, we should feel the responsibility. Managing time is one of the good features of us. We should imbibe this quality of utilizing the time properly, constructively. We have to do the work of today itself. You're not supposed to postpone any of your work to next day. Today's time is very precious, and today's whatever the work that is being given it to you, if you have any work to be done, it should be done today itself. You're not supposed to postpone. Postponing mentality is always put you in trouble. Okay, we should not postpone our time. Time is precious, and at the same time, whatever we have to get satisfied with it. We are not supposed to go and beg someone. Okay, whatever it is there in your, whatever the resources you have to utilize them, and you should have the value for them. Okay, unless you value the things, unless you value the time, unless you are responsible, okay, nothing would be staying for you. Okay, along with time, the things would be moving quickly. Okay, you're not supposed to run behind it. You should go hand in hand with the time. Okay, whatever the things that you need to do now, it should be done today itself. And folks call this is a fable, but I warrant it's very true. It's a true story according to Aesop. And some crickets have 4 legs. You know one thing? Some crickets have 4 legs, and some crickets have 2 legs. Here in this picture you can see the 4-legged creature, the 4-legged cricket, and the previous one, this one has 2 legs. This cricket has 2 legs. Okay, so some creatures, some insects have 4 legs and some have 2 legs, children. I think you enjoyed this poem, and I just wanted to bring you some important vocabulary which has been introduced in this poem. Accustomed means habituated. I'm not accustomed to AC because I have bronchitis. Please put it off. Accustomed means habituated. Not accustomed means not being habituated. Famine is nothing but scarcity of food. The food materials are not available. Okay, due to extreme summer and due to lack of rains, they'll have this kind of disaster. That's nothing but famine, scarcity of food, having nothing to eat. Lay nothing by, save nothing. Okay, whenever cricket goes to ant and it's asking, and ant was telling, what did you do during summer season? Did you lay nothing by? Did you lay nothing by in the sense save nothing? Did you not save anything? Quoth means quoted or said, and this is a poetic language. Okay, quoth, Quoth, quoth in the sense said. Accustomed, famine, starving means without having any food. Lay nothing by in the sense say nothing, and quote. When it comes to poetry, we learn literary devices or poetic devices, these devices will make the poem more, very famous, and the style of the poet who had written this poetry is being using certain literary devices. It makes the poem more interesting. You feel more fascinating to read this poem. Here also certain literary devices are used. I just wanted to introduce certain literary devices which we could see here. Let's come. The poem is consisting certain lines, no? I just wanted to teach you. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. He must die of starvation and sorrow. Here you can see starvation, sorrow. Alliteration means repetition. There may be the repetition of sounds or there may be the repetition of words. Here the repetition you can see, starvation starts with S, sorrow. These two words are being repeated here. This is called alliteration. Alliteration is nothing but repetition. And let's come to says the ant to the cricket. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. Who says that? It was says the servant and friend. The ant says that of course I am your friend. Of course I am your servant. Who is the servant and who is the friend? These two are the characteristic features of humans. Humans can be friends to somebody. Humans can be servants to someone. We have masters and servants. We have friends and foes. These two are the servant and friend or the two qualities of humans. This is nothing but personification. We are attributing the qualities of humans here to the insects, okay, or the creatures. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. This is also personification. Borrowing and lending is a quality of humans. We humans, whenever we wanted to get something, we will borrow something. And if we wanted to give it to somebody, we will lend them. So borrowing and lending are the two characteristic features of persons, so it is personification. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by? But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by? This is also personification. Lending and borrowing and taking and giving is the quality. And it's talking just like a human. Okay, here you can observe, it's just like a conversation between two people. Okay, here the species are changed, but one thing is in common. What is that? Conversating with each other. Okay, next one, alliteration. When the weather was warm, quoth the cricket, not I. It is alliteration. When the weather W, warm W, and these two things are, see verses also, W, when W, here in this word when, W, weather, W, was, W, warm, W, quoth the cricket. So, 3 words are coming one after the other. It is alliteration. Alliteration is nothing but the repetition of the sounds, especially the sounds of consonants, okay, not the vowels. Okay, consonant sounds are being repeated here, and the remaining things you can learn when I send you the video so that you can study them right away from the textbook and from this poem. I think you enjoyed this poem very well, The Ant and the Cricket. It's not just a fable, it's a true story. Like according to Aesop's, this is one of the great fables of Aesop, and Aesop says that I just won't take this one as a fable, I really take it as a true story. So through this poem what we have understood is, okay, we all need to be aware of what's happening around us. Okay, according to the time, according to the circumstances, we have to make it quick. You should be a little more quicker than the things. Okay, so you need to be aware of what's happening. You should be aware and alert what's happening around you. Don't be silly or don't be foolish. You must use your brains. You have to use your little minds, and your minds must be very, very sharp. Okay, children? Hope you keep yourself all right and have a good day.